welcome to another Power Podcast. Tonight we cover Raw is War from July 25th. The new era starts tonight. So we start the show off with Stephanie and Mick Foley announcing a new era on Raw. Stephanie goes out to blame Roman Reigns for not winning the championship or costing Raw the championship belt coming to the Raw show. She said Raw's never had a champion on Raw, even when they've had brand splits in the past. So she said we're not going to start having no champions. So her and Mick Foley announced a couple fatal four-way matches that were going to take place tonight, and the winner of each of those matches would meet each other in the main event of Raw tonight and go on to face Seth Rollins at SummerSlam for the new WWE Universal title. So they've created a new belt to make, Dean Ambrose has got the heavyweight title. They need to have their own belt. So they've got their new Universal title, and they're going to have the U.S. title on Raw, and SmackDown will have the heavyweight title and Intercontinental Championship on their show. So that's kind of good. You got a couple belts on each. So we'll see what happens there. So let's start off with the first match, which was a fatal four-way with Cesaro, Kevin Owens, Rusev, and Finn Balor. Now, good match overall. Lots of good spots, everybody hitting finishers. What really surprised me was Finn Balor winning the match. He hit his finisher, the coup de grace, on Rusev and got the 1-2-3. I was totally blown away. Considering how AJ Styles came into the company, he's kind of, him and Finn Balor both have the similar background coming from New Japan. I know Finn Balor's been in NXT for quite a while, so they're kind of giving him, a little bit more of a push than they would AJ Styles. But really surprised, happy surprised. That's good. It's good stuff. They pushed this young guy. He's got the skill set. Let's see what happens, right? So he got the win there. So that was good. The second match, we had Nia Jax come out, and she was wrestling some smaller, it was basically a squash match against some young lady named Britt Baker. Nia just basically destroyed her. There was no offense on Britt's side at all whatsoever. Nia gave her she gives her a leg drop as her finisher. I don't know what they call it. I'm sorry, don't know that yet, but she gave her the Hogan leg drop is what I call it, and she got the win. So I wanted to point out too, one thing that's changed on Raw is the announcers. We still got Michael Cole, we still have Saxton, but now we have Graves from NXT, and he was announcer, I believe, on NXT. And the three of them actually are very good together. I still would like to see Michael Cole disappear, but you take the good, you take the bad. You have them both, and there you have the facts of life, I tell you. But no, Graves and Saxton really play well off each other. Michael Cole now seems lost in the shuffle. I'm very glad they got rid of JBL, but unfortunately I believe he's on SmackDown now, so I'm going to have to suck it up and see him on there because I want to see my AJ Styles. I'm going to have to sit through JBL calling a match. So the third match was the other fatal four-way. So you had Chris Jericho, Sami Zayn, Roman Reigns, and Sheamus. Solid match, very solid match. Everyone was on point. They were hitting their moves. There was just one little miscue when Jericho went for the code breaker on Reigns, and Roman was supposed to, throw him up a bit and hit him with the Superman punch, but it looked like he completely missed, and Jericho fell down anyways. But they recovered really quick. Roman picked him up and gave him another Superman punch. So maybe we would forget about that little botch, but not a big deal. But no, it was a really good match all around. If you get a chance to recapture that one, that was really good. So anyhow, Reigns ends up hitting Jericho with the spear, gets the win. Again, solid performance all around for that match. Everybody did a great job. So the New Day came out to the ring next to celebrate their title reign. We get a lovely video montage of some of their funnier moments. They bring a fan into the ring. The guy's name is Sonny Boy, I believe it was. crowd started actually chanting his name, which is kind of funny. But finally, Anderson and Gallows show up, and this lay a smackdown on these guys, and kind of end this celebration because it was actually kind of going on a little bit too long. But anyhow, they've come out, they've established that they're probably going to be going after the titles next, and I think it'll be a good match with those guys. I think Anderson and Gallows will be an actual challenge and a threat to the New Day. We'll see what happens. I'm rooting for them. So the fourth match was Neville has returned. It was good to see him coming back. He's got a little bit of facial hair going on now. I didn't quite recognize him at first, but there's no mistaking this guy when he gets in the ring. And he was up against Curtis Axel. Now, it wasn't a thrilling match, but when you watch Neville hit his like standing moonsault and his they call it, I think his finishing move is called the Red Arrow. It's basically a corkscrew shooting star press type move. So those spots were just fantastic. How this guy can do those things, just amazing. So anyways, he hits his finisher on Curtis Axel and gets the win. Now we get a backstage vignette with Darren Young and Bob Backlund. I'm going to say this. Bob Backlund looked like somebody actually roughed him up. He had like scratches or marks all over his face. I don't know if the guy cut himself shaving severely or something, but he looked like somebody had roughed him up a little bit for real. Anyway, so he's talking to Darren Young, and all of a sudden Golden Truth come walking into the locker room. They're playing Pokemon Go. I just got to jump on the bandwagon, right? So they interrupt Young and Backlund. Bob kind of loses his mind and starts yelling and screaming at the Golden Truth, and they take off. And Young just says, "Hey, it's just a game, just a game." And Bob's like, "This isn't a game, it's a war, and you're going to win that title." I'm like, well, what title are they talking about? He lost, he didn't win the Intercontinental. He's not going to get another shot at that either. So maybe he's going to make a run at the U.S. title. I could see that happening because Rusev doesn't have too many viable opponents right now, and Darren Young could be one. But see, these are the vignettes I don't mind. These backstage ones where they're talking, I don't mind that. I didn't like these ones where they're kind of standing side by side in separate rooms and talking about make Darren Young great again. These are the vignettes I think they should be doing, and they're doing them now, so I don't mind that. So we're on to the fifth match, Sasha Banks versus Charlotte for the women's title. Now, this was a very very fast-paced match. I was pleasantly surprised. Some very good spots. And then there was a couple funny spots where somehow the belt was on the outside. I can't remember, Charlotte dropped it or something. And anyways, Sasha threw the belt in the air. Dana Brooke grabs the belt, and Sasha throws herself to the ground, kind of like the old school Eddie Guerrero type thing. You know, oh, I got hit by the belt, and you actually didn't. So the ref turns and sees Sasha pointing at Dana Brooke. She's holding the belt, and the ref kicks her to the back room. He's like, "You can't be at ringside." So that was kind of funny. So anyhow, then there was this nasty spot where Sasha ran and jumped through the ropes on the Charlotte, and she came down nasty looking on her left side. Looked like her head and her shoulder really hit the ground hard. But she got up and she seemed to be okay. Then we see Charlotte do this crazy moonsault off the top rope to the outside on the Sasha. And the crowd just went nuts. They just started chanting, "Holy shit, holy shit." And I was even going, damn, man, that was crazy. Just insane what these two are doing in the ring and outside the ring. So the match when the match ends, Sasha Banks is your new women's champion. She hit the bank statement once, but twice. First time Charlotte made it to the ropes. Second time there's no way she was going to make it. So it was good to see Charlotte put Sasha over cleanly. No interference, no nothing. It was nice to see that. The crowd started chanting, "You deserve it, you deserve it." I don't know much about Sasha. I haven't seen a lot of her. But sounds like she's a great worker and a hard worker, and she deserves it. So good for her. The sixth match was Braun Strowman versus this little guy named James Ellsworth. This is a pointless match to me. You can give Braun Strowman somebody else to have a good match. So anyhow, Saxton's interviewing this Ellsworth guy before Braun Strowman starts the match. And he's asking, "Why the hell did you sign up for this?" And the little guy is like, "Oh, well, you know, it's a lifelong dream to wrestle on Raw, and I didn't know I was going to be wrestling Braun Strowman, and he gives you the with these two hands I can do anything speech. And within 3 or 4 moves, Strowman has like totally squashed him and gets the pin. So it was kind of a pointless match, but I thought it was kind of funny when Saxton was interviewing the guy. I thought that, and the guy doesn't even look like a wrestler, doesn't have that look. I don't know if he was just a lifelong fan or something. They're letting him live his dream or something. Anyhow, pointless. So then we get another Golden Truth Pokemon skit. They're actually kind of funny. I like those two guys. They're actually quite funny together. And they're not long skits, they're short, so I didn't mind that. So the next match is Enzo and Cass versus, who are these guys called? The Shining Stars. I don't know their names yet, but I'll learn them. A lot of talking. Like, there's like 2 or 3 minutes talking before the match even started. I'm like, geez, get over the talking, guys. Let's just get the match going. I was actually going to have a nap while these guys chit-chatted. Anyhow, the match is going on, and the only part that I thought was really good in the match was when everybody was kind of knocked down and knocked out. And R-Truth comes walking through the ring looking for Pokemon. A stupid game. Where I live, people are out there at all hours of the night collecting Pokemon. There's like apparently a hard to find Pokemon like on the corner of my street. So at 3 in the morning, I hear people with cars, and it's just insane, this game. I'm not into it myself, but that's myself. So anyhow, one of the Shining Stars guys is looking at R-Truth walking through the ring, going, what the hell is going on? Cass comes by and hits him with the big boot to the face and gets the win. So your winners are Enzo and Cass. Now we got Reigns and Balor in the back. Balor says good luck to Roman, and Roman says back to Balor, good luck to you. Balor kind of smirks and says, well, I'm Irish, we invented luck. Roman says, I'm Samoan, enough said. I'm like, oh, okay, big tough guy, all right. So your 8th and final match of the night is Balor versus Reigns, the winner going on to face Seth Rollins at SummerSlam for the new Universal title. Now, the match kind of started off very one-sided. Reigns was kind of just tossing Balor all over the place like a little paperweight. But then the match turned the tide because Balor started using his speed, which he was giving Reigns kicks to the head and drop kicks and knees to the head on the outside kind of thing. And that knee to the head to the side of the head thing, that kind of reminded me of what AJ Styles does. I guess they both worked in New Japan. They picked up some moves that are similar, I guess. And I'll say this, Roman Reigns looked really good. He put on a heck of a performance. This guy's been off for 30 days, and he had no ring rust. He looked really good. So I for sure thought Balor was going to lose this because Reigns has just come back, and there's no way he's going to put over this guy from NXT. And sure as hell, after all these close calls that they both went back and forth, Balor hits the coup de grace and gets the 1-2-3 on Reigns. Fantastic. Roman Reigns put over Finn Balor. This is just amazing. They need some fresh blood going up top. It's very stagnant and stale who they have. And it's nice to shift it around once in a while. And I think they've done the right thing here. Finn Balor worked hard down in NXT. He deserves this push. Even if he doesn't win the title, he deserves to go to that next level. I think he's really earned it. As much as I don't know about him. I know about his New Japan. Don't know a whole lot about his NXT. I've seen a lot of his matches over the past couple of weeks. And the guy's a hell of a performer. Now, all I got to say is this. SmackDown has a hell of a big task competing with what just happened on Raw tonight. I was excited for SmackDown because I think their rosters, they've got a better roster. Tonight, they showed what they can do with their talent when they want to. So we'll see what happens tomorrow on SmackDown. It's late tonight. I went out with my son. We were at the park late playing. So I got home late watching the Raw. It's almost 11 o'clock at night. I don't know if I'm going to get this posted tonight. Probably tomorrow morning. And then I'll try to get the SmackDown one out tomorrow night on time. If time permits. But I want to say this. Not a lot of talking tonight. There wasn't a lot of unnecessary skits and whatnot going on. People were doing quick interviews. Boom, boom, boom. And they only went about 5 or 6 minutes overtime. You guys still don't need to go overtime. You can finish within the 3 hours. But much better. Much better. 8 matches tonight. 8 matches. But they did this last time when Shane McMahon took over Raw. So we'll see what happens. If they keep this momentum, this show will do fine. Now I want to see what happens tomorrow on SmackDown. AJ Styles all the way. We'll see what happens. So until tomorrow or until next time, we'll talk to you soon. Have a good one.